so excited to bring you this segment. It's one of my favorite things to do. It is to hunt for books that are on pre-sale. And these are on Amazon. There's a nice list going on for the Christmas season. Some really good books. Let's get into it and we'll see what we can discover. And the first one that I found was Alice in Wonderland coloring book. It's by Jasmine Beckett. Now, Jasmine Beckett has a little bit of a dark side. Her books, if you remember Halloween, she has a new one coming out, Alice in Wonderland. Now, it actually not coming out, it came out. By the time I started this segment, doing the research for it, her book came out. It came out on September 8th. So it is available right now. It's a little bit on the pricey side. I was a little bit surprised. Her paper's not the greatest. Her artwork is. So you have to balance that, how you like to do it. If you like to copy it over onto other paper, or you don't mind and you just draw in these books. It's a little bit pricey. It came in at $17.96. It's probably the highest priced book on my list. Johanna Basford has a couple of things coming out. First, her 2020 calendar just came out actually today. It's coming in at $18.99. And she also has a weekly planner, which I got last year and I really loved. I'm going to get it again this year. And that's $13.49, and it just came out too, believe today. Now, there's two other things that she has coming out that I'm kind of excited about. One is how to draw, and it's going to show you how to draw background items in pen and ink, and I'm really interested in getting. That's on pre-sale for $12.14, and it comes out on October 15th. And then she does a yearly tags where she has like Christmas tags and with metallic strings attached. And that comes out on October 15th. It's on pre-sale for $13.29. Okay, we're going to spill the tea on the next one. It's Anamorphia, Sea and Sky by Kirby Rosanas. Oh boy. Let's see. I was not happy with his last couple of books. First of all, they are so overcrowded. I call them like beginner books for OCD. Now, I know a lot of people love Kirby, and I used to love Kirby. I loved all his books. I collected every one that came out, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on more. But it's changed over the last couple of books. Now, a lot of people said it was because the publisher, with his old books, they used to be thick and really well laid out. Then supposedly he got a new publisher and they made it a mess. His books are overcrowded, the pictures are tiny, and you have less pages. So the only thing I give him on this book is Sea and Sky is only $7.81. So if you like Kirby and you want to give him another try for $7.81, he is a good artist. He's just not great anymore. And that is a personal opinion. He's changed, and I'm sad about that. But now, comes the controversy on something. And I've said this in the past, and I had people who agreed with me, people who disagreed, and that's okay too. Mythographic Coloring and Discover, Aquatic, is coming out by Joseph Cantabang. Now, this is the story on the two of them. They are literally the same artist. They come out with books that are so styled similarly that really one book or the other, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you like. Now, I am a little bit happier with Joseph Catabang and what he's been coming out with lately. The pictures are larger. It's still on the same type of paper. It's good paper. The pre-order for his aquatic book now is $12.59. It comes out on October 8th. Now, Anamorphia, Sea and Sky by Kirby Rosanas comes out on the 29th. So Joseph is getting his book in a little bit sooner. Now, I find it very funny that yet again, they're coming out with identical themed books. One is doing aquatic, the other one is doing sea. So, similar styles, similar books, which one am I going to choose as far as what I'm going to purchase myself? It's definitely going to be the mythographic. It's just a personal opinion and a personal choice. I'm still a little bit disappointed with Kirby and what he did with his books, taking away the quality of the books. And while people say it wasn't his fault, it's the publishers, I don't buy it. He knew what he was doing. You do not publish a book without knowing exactly what you are publishing. He signed those contracts. He knew what he was doing, and I just don't buy it. They went cheap. They rushed books, and the people who suffered were the people who got the books. So that's my personal opinion, and where I'm going is definitely going to be the mythographic Coloring and Discover. On November 5th, Millie Murata is coming out with a Brilliant Beasts book. Now, Millie Murata is like a hit and miss, not even a hit and miss, that's the wrong way to put it. She's a love 'em or leave 'em type of artist. Her books are very widely distributed. There, you can get them in Walmart. They're out there. The problem I have with Millie's books that I think I'm going to revisit is that her details are just too detailed. They're too tiny. I like a lot of open space. There are some people who like really tiny detailed work. I'm just not one of them, but I like Millie's books. So now that I'm doing pen and ink, and I'm really getting more and more into it and enjoying myself, these are the perfect book for pen and ink. I have a whole bunch of Millie's books that I just never used because of the details being so small, but when you're doing the pen and ink, you want those details. That's what makes the whole entire picture. So I'm going to be revisiting some of my Millie books and see what I can do with them. Millie books are a little bit smooth as far as the tooth goes. They are great for marker. Would I say that they're fantastic for colored pencil? Not really. The paper's just a little bit smooth on my taste. Another example of great artwork. If you really like Millie's books, you could probably blow up some of the pictures, transfer them onto good paper, and you solve the problem. So there's always a way around it. When you got good art, you got good art. Ali Koch is coming out with a book called Bloom. Now, I didn't get to see a preview of what's in it, but the book looks kind of interesting just from the outside cover. So while I can't tell you anything about the paper, the book itself looks like it's pretty cool to look at. It's definitely one that I'm going to want to see a preview on and decide. I do like flower books, so a good flower book, and I don't like ultra details on my flowers, so she kind of fits my taste because I like to put in those details myself. So that's definitely one that I'm going to be checking out. Bloom is coming out at $14.99 on November 5th. Hi guys. Over the last couple of weeks and over the last 19 vlogs, I've had different segments, and you've seen these segments. Some of them are subscriber question, product reviews, subscriber highlight, subscriber spotlight when I show one of your pieces of work, the Mina and Puff, hyperrealism, and a beginner demo. I'm going to be adding in another one, and I'm going to name this add-on. And what I mean by add-ons are things that you can put in the picture yourself that will enhance your picture. They could be anything from mountains, as you see I did in this video, or they could be teardrops, blood splatters, anything you're going to put into a picture that didn't come with the picture. For that, I have to teach you something about perspective. And over the course of the next week, I'm going to be teaching you about perspective. And this is very important. It's going to actually allow you to judge coloring books and become a little bit of a coloring book snob. Because with the more education that you have, the more things you see. You will understand why I absolutely fell in love with Alena Lazareva. Her perspective is fantastic. To begin this segment on add-ons, we're going to start it with mountains and rocks. And to understand this, you're really going to be able to apply that to other things that you're coloring too. So on this picture, you'll see this is the original. There was no background on it. There was some faded background over here that was really too light to distinguish what it was. So I decided to just use her shading, kind of like a tattoo cover-up, and put in my own design there. And with that, I decided to put in the rest of the body, the tail. I didn't know what this was, so I just did it. I didn't know what it was. Mountains over here, I put in the water, the rocks, more mountains, and then the sky. We're going to begin with learning how to put mountains in and how to do rocks. This is not going to happen overnight, and it's nothing for you to worry about that I'm going to hand you anything you can't handle. Here is the original picture, and we have a horizon line right there. That's the point of where I get to work with. Now, if I had put the horizon line down here, the mountains would have been closer up. I would not have been able to put in water. If I had put in the horizon line over here, I could have put green meadows going back and rolling hills to the sky above. I could have even put in the mountains over here, and so I could have had green meadows with the mountains over here and then a tiny bit of sky up here. It really was up to wherever I put in that horizon line. The horizon line being the line where the sky meets the earth. Now, we could even play with that further by using things called 2-point and 3-point perspective. And that's what you're going to be learning. Nice and slow and easy is 2 and 3-point perspective. This will allow you to choose whether your add-ons are going to be bird's eye view, which is looking straight down from the top. So if I had put in this on a bird's eye view, my mountains would have been very low. I would have been able to see the tops of the mountains down here in full depth. And she could have been sitting on a mountaintop above everything, or she could have been on a cloud above everything. I could have put clouds down here and mountaintops going into whatever. More meadows and more mountains. Once you learn how to do it, it could be anything in your imagination. So I just wanted to let you know what was coming up this week, and I promise you I will make it painless. It's also going to change the way you look at books. I had one comment from a subscriber that says sometimes I'm a little bit down on coloring books. I am absolutely not down on coloring books. I love coloring books. I love being able to have the line drawing already done for me. But I am a little picky about what books I use, because I know the outcome is all going to be in the perspective. If you do not have a good line drawing, you will not have a good picture. By learning these different points of perspective, you will be able to pick out books and images and pictures that you will know will come out much better. Now, I've seen some really good artwork, fantastic artwork on cheaper paper books, Create Space, and the artists are gorgeous. And then I've seen some really awful coloring books that anger me, that somebody really expects adults to pay good money for these pictures. Their perspectives are off, the pictures are wonky, and that's why I want to teach this to you. Elevate what you're buying, know what you're buying, being able to discern it. We will take this slow, we will take it easy, and by the end, you guys are going to do great. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell for all notifications. For another video just like this one, I recommend this. And I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Keep on coloring.